Hi, welcome back to Step by Step through Mark's Gospel. Today we're going to be looking at Mark chapter 2, verses 13 to 17. If you want to follow along, there's a link to an online Bible in the video description. Just click it and it will open it up at the passage for today. If I was to ask you the question, who do you think Jesus is interested in? I wonder how you would answer. Who do you think Jesus wants in his church, in his kingdom? Maybe we might naturally reply, religious people, people who go to church a lot. Or we might say kind people or good people. But is that all that Jesus is interested in? Are they the only people that Jesus wants to know? Our passage today helps us to understand that Jesus is interested in all people. To begin with, Jesus meets a tax collector. In verse 14 we read, "As he walked along, he saw Levi, son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax collector's booth. 'Follow me,' Jesus told him. And Levi got up and followed him." Now on the surface that doesn't seem much. Jesus just walking along and calling someone to be his disciple who just happens to be a tax collector. But for the Jew of the day, that would have been absolutely shocking. Now none of us like to pay taxes, and tax collectors often get a bad rap, but that's not really what's going on here. The tax collectors of Jesus' day would never just collect what they were supposed to collect, they would always collect more. They cheated and they stole, and they became very wealthy from it, so people didn't like them very much. Not only that, but they collected taxes for the Romans, the occupying forces, the enemies of the Jews. I want you to imagine that someone walks into the room and you hate them so much you want to spit at their feet. That's how many of the Jews felt about the tax collectors. But here is Jesus, interested in Levi and welcoming him into his kingdom. But that's not all. Jesus doesn't stop there. In verse 15 we read, "While Jesus was having dinner at Levi's house, many tax collectors and sinners were eating with him and his disciples, for there were many who followed him." So it's not just one tax collector that Jesus was interested in. Now he's eating with many tax collectors. And not just tax collectors, also sinners. These were people who were labelled as bad people by society. And they were hated and avoided. In fact, if you were to walk down the street and one of these people came the other way, you would cross to the other side so that they wouldn't contaminate you. But what is Jesus doing? Jesus is sitting down and eating with them. He is interested in tax collectors and sinners. Now, the religious leaders of the time didn't like this very much, and they began to complain about the time that Jesus was spending with these tax collectors and sinners. But here is Jesus' reply. This is what he said. On hearing this, Jesus said to them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." What is Jesus saying there? That he's not just interested in religious people or people that society think are kind or good. He's interested in all people, no matter what a mess they've made of their lives. What's the qualification to become a Christian? What's the qualification to be part of the church? What's the qualification to be part of Jesus' kingdom? Well, it's this. You need to accept that you've messed up and ask Jesus to help you with that sin. Now, that doesn't mean that Jesus doesn't want you to change, but it does mean this. It doesn't matter how much you've messed up or what's in your past. If you come to Jesus and ask for his forgiveness, he will welcome you into his kingdom. Jesus is interested in all kinds of people, no matter how much we've messed up. Well, that's all we got time for in this video. I look forward to seeing you as we continue to go step by step through Mark's Gospel. If you want to be notified when the next video comes out, just subscribe to our YouTube channel or like our Facebook page. Hopefully, see you soon.